Hello, welcome back. This is a letter of royal correspondence from General Grey. General Grey presents his humble and most devoted duty to your majesty. He has shrunk from, with a reluctance beyond words to express, from saying anything to alarm your majesty, and if he spoke on the subject yesterday, it was only in obedience to Mr. Hardy's opinion that he ought to do so. But in what he said yesterday, he said perhaps less than he ought to have done, for he feels that, with a view to your Majesty's safety, it is absolutely necessary that your Majesty should be under no delusion as to the designs which are harbored against your Majesty, or as to the peculiar facility which Osborne affords, in spite of the utmost watchfulness, for carrying them into execution. Crimes such as those contemplated cannot easily be perpetrated in crowded thoroughfares, or where there is a large population, and the most unsafe places for the Majesty at this moment are those where the population is most thin and scattered. General Grey says this is with much pain and reluctance, for he knows how it will jar against your Majesty's feelings, and tend to disturb your Majesty's comfort. But he would be utterly unworthy of the confidence your Majesty has reposed in him, if he hesitated now, even at the risk of incurring your Majesty's displeasure, in saying what he believes the case for your Majesty's precious safety requires. He shrunk yesterday from telling your Majesty the full extent of the information received with respect to the designs against your Majesty. He now sends for your Majesty's, per usual, the note he received from Mr. Hardy after he had seen him on Tuesday, and in answer to one that General Grey wrote to ask if he thought it is necessary that your Majesty should be informed of the designs against your Majesty's person. He also sends a letter he has this morning received from Mr. Hardy, as well as one from the Duke of Buckingham, corroborating the information received at the Home Office. Also, one from the Duke of Cambridge, enclosing an anonymous letter, evidently written in a good spirit, warning him of the designs against your Majesty, which, it is added, they are only waiting for rendering the services of the military in and about London more immediately available in the event of incendiary fires, which appears the form of outbreak most to be apprehended. Lord Derby had written thus far, and was about to bring under your Majesty's notice the painful and alarming reports which have been received of designs against your Majesty's person, when he received a letter from General Grey informing him that he had felt it to be his duty not to shrink from laying before your Majesty the intelligence itself, which, received in the first instance by telegram from Lord Monck, has since been confirmed in several respects from various quarters. As your Majesty will see the Duke of Buckingham to-morrow, Lord Derby abstains from detailing the measures which your Majesty's servants have taken for guarding against the particular danger thus indicated, in which moreover his Grace has taken a prominent part. It is indescribably painful to him to acknowledge even to himself that so fearful a crime should be contemplated, but disposed as he is to disregard mere rumors of such threatened atrocity against your Majesty, or your Majesty's servants, of which there have been abundance. He cannot shut his eyes to the conviction that such schemes are in serious contemplation, and that the determination of a few resolute and desperate men to effect them, at the hazard of their own lives, requires the utmost vigilance to defeat them, and even that may prove insufficient. Lord Derby would hardly venture to write thus openly, if he were not aware that your Majesty is inaccessible, perhaps even, if he may be permitted to say so, too much so, to personal apprehension, but he trusts that he may be allowed most respectfully, but most earnestly to represent that it is a duty which your majesty owes to many millions of loyal subjects, not to expose to unnecessary risk a life so incalculably valuable to the country. And he cannot but concur in the opinion which he knows has been submitted to your majesty by General Grey, that few places could afford such facilities as Osborne. To such a design as is, he fears with too much truth entertained. Of course, as long as it is your majesty's pleasure to remain there, every precaution that can be taken will be taken, both by land and sea, to provide for your majesty's safety. But Lord Derby cannot withhold the expression of his own strong opinion that the primary object could be far better secured even in London, but still more at Windsor, and he would feel himself not only deeply responsible to public opinion, but personally criminal in his own conscience, if he shrank from submitting this view to your majesty, unpleasing as he knows it must be. In any case, Lord Derby would urge upon your majesty, with all possible earnestness, at least so far to cooperate with those whose duty and affection alike prompt to watch over your majesty's safety, as to limit your honors of driving out as far as possible to daylight, and to be accompanied by sufficient attendants to provide against the coup de main. The house at Osborne may be extreme care be protected, but your majesty's unattended late drives afford an opportunity for desperate adventures, against which no vigilance can effectually provide. Whoa. Jeepers, this is a long letter.
This whole city's gone mad as that is. Bloody ridiculous what people think is fair and decent behaviour.
You're trespassing!
Now look here. No. Please. I will behave. I promise. Take my word. I absolutely promise. Yes. No respect for others.
Alright. There's all the trophies. Master trophy. Trophy earned. There we go. The last letter of the game. This should be the last video, I think. So, here it is. To Lord Stanley. The Queen has received Lord Stanley's letter of the 12th. She cannot doubt that this is Lord Stanley's wish to observe the constitutional practice of taking the Queen's pleasure before he forwards dispatches of any importance to their destination. But she cannot approve of the irregular habit which has crept in, of sending off dispatches without her sanction having been previously obtained, trusting to the power of cancelling them by telegraph. If disapproved, She would therefore certainly wish that the old custom of obtaining her approval before they are sent should be resumed. The Queen is not aware that she has ever failed in at once returning any box marked immediate, and when she is at Windsor, not even a single post need be lost by reference to her. She must also remark with respect to the dispatch in question, that though dated the 9th, it was only sent from the Foreign Office on the evening of the 10th, and reached her on the 11th. The Queen would further observe that Lord Stanley's remarks that there is a wide difference between the expression of a personal opinion in conversation and the formal giving of advice by the government, etc., does not hold good, as the moment such conversations are recorded in official dispatches supposed to have received the sanction of the sovereign, they entirely lose their character as private and personal communications. Okay. Well. That's all we have to write for this game. We're just gonna sit down here in the park with this guy and have a sleep. See you later. Have a good one. My next game I'm gonna play is Modern Warfare. Okay. So I'll see you in the next game. Should be good. Later.
That's the way. 1, 2, fighting the